Well, fellas, we're pretty much done with all our yard work, our land, our water tee. We've done literally everything to get our dogs ready for what we call cold blinds. Cold blind is, it's a blind that your dog does not see fall on a piece of water, piece of land, and he's walked up, and it's the very, very first time that he's run that. Now, we've done our reverse tee. You've seen we've casted from our side with our bumper in our dog's mouth. We've run them all over the pond. Our dogs should go, when we say dead bird back, no matter what, in a halfway decently straight line. Now they won't, we haven't done any lining drills, so they may hit the water over here, they may hit the water over here, they may hit the water over here. But quite simply, all I'm gonna do, tank is in the truck, he can't see me throw the bumpers and put one out there, and I'm gonna put one way out there about 45, 50 yards. You're starting cold blinds, you don't want a great big blind or anything like that. So you always just start off small and just keep getting bigger and bigger steps. And I think a 40 or 50 yard cold blind on water or land is more than doable for our dogs right now. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bumper, I'm gonna give it a really good chunk. It's about probably 40, 45 yards out there. And this is going to let your dog know that no matter what, when you say dead bird back, there's going to be a bumper out there now, or a bird or something retrieved. Now, I'm using a red bumper, orange bumper, because dogs cannot see orange that way. They see it as a black, and it blends in with all these other stumps and stuff. So you don't want to use a sight bumper anymore on your blinds, a white bumper. You don't want to use that. You want to stick mainly with orange bumpers and use, I like to use the orange bumpers for marks every now and then, but 90% of the time when I'm doing marks, I'll use white bumpers. I want them run to the area, see the bird with their eyes, use very little bit of their nose to hunt the bird up, use their eyes, pick the bumper up, and get on back. That'll help drag them to a spot, sit in that area, hunt it up, and then come on back. The quicker you can do that, I think the better their marking becomes. Now I'm fixing to go get Tank, and we're fixing to get started. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna get, how I'm gonna do it. Place, sit. Now, we've been using our place on everything except for running our tee drills. Anytime I've been to the pond marking, I've taken my stand, put it on the ground, and this is what, you know, Tank runs off of. He's gotten well accustomed to it. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to throw a mark first. It's going to be a short, quick, simple mark. Then I'm going to say dead bird back. If he goes to that mark, I'm not going to get, I won't let him go all the way to what we call an old fall. That's a bird that he's picked up before. And a lot of trainers won't do this because, you know, it's let's say a little bit confusing to the dog. Well, I like to do it because if you throw a mark and your dog wants to go there, then instantly you're starting to train, no, let's go over here. We've done poison birds. We've thrown marks in the bird, you know, while running the land and water tee, and then running our dogs past them. So they've got a real good indication to turn that off, and a real good knowledge of how to turn that mark off and run it as a poison bird. So if you've done that a lot, you can do this. If you haven't done that a lot in your land and water drills, then I suggest don't throw the bumper. But that's what I'm fixing to do. I'm gonna give him a mark. Tank! Oops, sorry, Tank! Good dog, come on. It's just a quick little simple mark over there. And what that's gonna set Tank up is he's gonna wanna go to the left, wanna go to where that our blind isn't. I'm fine with that. His handling is great. We've done that reverse tee. I'm telling you, you will not believe how much it clears up. Good dog, all right. Here, sit, and that reverse tee really cleans up a lot of issues that you're gonna have problems with. Here, Sit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to erase it. And he's already looking over there, which is good, but now he's looking over to where he got that bird. He's like, what in the world are we doing? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help him right now. I'm gonna take him off the stand and I'm gonna move him a little bit of the direction that I wanna go. And then I'm gonna line him up and then help him out. No collar corrections. This is 100% attrition. And what attrition is just using verbal commands and whistles to get our dog to do what we want to do. We want to keep his drive up and his go going. Don't we, buddy? Come on, here. Sit. Good. Dead bird. Back. Back. Well, I was hoping to get a little more trouble than that. What y'all saw him do when he got in the water was called a pop. He took off, he went to the water because we forced him to the water, and then all of a sudden he pops is what that's called. He stopped, he turned, he looked, he said, well, what am I doing? You know, he kind of freaked out a little bit. That's okay. I gave him a real quick sit whistle and a cast back. I will not get onto a dog for popping at this moment. What we're going to do is, he just didn't know. He didn't you know, it's a cold blind, something he's not ever done before. So we can't get on to him about that. But as you can see, he done an absolutely perfect job. I gave him one more cast. He even took the angle into the water, which is pretty doggone good. I honestly expected him to cut. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back him up to the stand, and I'm going to throw that mark again. Let him go get it. I'm gonna put him in the truck. I'm gonna throw that bumper back out there in about the same spot, and I'm gonna line him up and I'm gonna run it again. But I gotta put the bumper out there without him seeing it. Good dog, come on, here. I know I'm talking, and you're like, what in the world are you doing? Sit, good dog, give it. Did you like that, huh? Did you like that? You wanna shake it off, huh? Shake it off? Well, I guess not. I'm gonna put him up and I'm gonna put that bumper out. Tank, here. I'm actually going to put the bumper out there a little bit further this time. It's probably about 50 yards, 55 yards. Go get Tank and let's do it again. Now guys, I really want you to think how much training we've done. It's been literally 5.5 months. We've almost got ourselves what we consider a finished dog. As soon as we get done with these drills and can run a decent cold blind, dead bird back, right from the first place a dog's ever seen a blind and all that, that's what a cold blind is. I'm gonna keep saying that over and over and over. Now, we've got pretty much a finished dog. He can mark doubles, we can pick up a blind in those doubles, and we're on poison birds, diversions, all those things tell us, hey, we've got a finished dog. He can mark multiples, he can run really good blinds, and we're right there on the verge of having a dog like that. And these cold blinds like that is exactly what's going to set your dog above all the other dogs that you commonly see. Tank, come on, here. Now guys, keep in mind that this is all brand new to your dog. Here, place, sit, good dog. This is all brand new to your dog, and he's gonna seem confused. He's gonna feel confused. Let's say Tank would have went up to the edge of the water, or even what you call no-go. When you said dead bird back, let's say he did not go when I moved him up to this spot. I would have moved a little bit closer to the water, took out my sport dog collar, and I would have give him a light nick and forced him into the water to get him to go. But if you've done a reverse T, I promise you, 99.9% of your dogs you will not get a no-go out of. Let me grab a bumper. Sit. Mark. I'm not sure what that hesitation is there. I think I've been shooting the gun a whole lot from his side, so maybe, you know, that could be why. He could be thinking, well, where's the gunshot? But you never know. At least he went. Good dog, come on. Get over that log. Now I think that if most of y'all, I promise you, if most of y'all been following the way I've done everything, good dog, here, place. I shouldn't have thrown it out there so far. Sit. If most of y'all have done everything as I've done, your dog shouldn't have any problem with these. Shake it off. Come on, shake it off. You want to stay wet this morning. Feels good, don't it? No bird. Here. Now you're gonna shake it. All right. Here. Sit. Good. And all those little things, like I said, lining your dog up, telling them here, sit. All those little body gestures and commands, all those things your dog has really learned to feed off of. You know, take a turn, I've started snapping my fingers, heel, and that's his cue to kick it butt around a little bit. You know, heel is here, here is here, here. And that's what your dogs will learn. So if you've done this repetitively, lining your dog up on the land tee, the water tee, and all that, it's gonna really, really help you out and help your dog, you communicate with your dog on how you want him to line up. And those are paramount little things to really help you in your training. And especially cold blinds, we're running cold blinds. They're gonna be very rudimentary. They're gonna be, there's no real good lines, even though Tank has done a great job on that. I didn't expect that. I expected him to cut that way. This all helps in getting a halfway decent straight line to the water. Now we've run that blind already, so Tank ought to be able to line him up, say dead bird back, and he pretty much go there this time. If not, we're gonna use attrition. But we're gonna run it real quick, and while he's running it, I'll talk to you. Dead bird. Back! I swear sometimes I think dogs can see orange bumpers orange, because he's swimming right straight to it. I've never ever run this before. That's his absolute first cold blind in a brand new area like this. Absolutely the first. He's done an awesome job. Good dog. Come on, Tank. Run it up. Come on. Now, what I was fixing to say a while ago, if your dog has any issues, you know, you're going to move up, you're going to give them a nick to the water and go ahead and force them to the water if you get a no-go. Now, a lot of this, I don't want to confuse people here, because I want to just make everything as simple as it is, and it is really, really simple. If you just take your time and make your marks, when you're throwing marks in here, make your marks short. Don't get too complicated at first. We're gonna get used to running cold blinds in new spots. I've thrown out 2 blinds. He's run them twice. He did the perfect job this second time. Here, heel. Good dog. And essentially now, heel. Place, sit. Sit. Good dog. Give it, shake it off. All right, sit. Essentially now, if he runs this blind again, that it's going to turn into what we call a pattern blind, and that's a blind that you set up in place and you walk up there, dead bird back, and he runs it, and you get him going in a straight line. And those are great, and we're going to do a lot of those. We may talk about those in the near future. A pattern blind is just going out there, establishing a pile in a new area and getting a straight line with that dog. The first time you run it, you may have a lot of left and right backs and overs. Second time, you're gonna have half of that. The third time, maybe 1, 2 whistles. The fourth time you run it, or 5th time, you're gonna run it in a perfect straight line. You're not gonna blow a whistle. And that's how your dogs learn to really, really go in a straight line. So I don't want to start pattern blinds, and I don't want to turn this into a pattern blind right now. So we're pretty much done with one mark, running one blind. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up in a new place. We're going to do that maybe 3 or 4 times this morning, and I'll probably even shoot the gun once or twice in some of those marks and I might even shoot twice to kind of confuse my dog, because if you run a lot of tests, then a lot of times you shoot for what they call the blind bird. You'll bang, nothing happens. Next thing you know, here comes a bumper, or a bird, bang, you shoot that one. They say no, pick up the blind before you do the mark, and that's called a poison bird. So you'll line your dog up, and that's essentially what we're going to train on. And now, if I wanted to train for that poison bird, all I'd have to do is shoot my gun twice, throw this short bird out, tell him no bird. We've done that several times on the land and water tee. Line our dog up, say no, dead bird, back, and run him. Sorry about that. You getting all this talking is going to confuse you. I know it is. And all those little training things lead up into a bigger and better dog. Y'all just keep this up, start running cold blinds on water and land in different situations. Only run 2. When running those cold blinds, only run 2. And if your dog has no problem, throw that mark in there. And if your dog tries to go to that mark, old fall as we called it, use attrition, handling him away. Keep telling him no, over, back, left, right, whatever you got to do to get your dog to that bumper. And then you do it 2 or 3 times, they usually run it perfect. I'll see y'all next video.